Hi here. We're at the point now where I want to mount this to the backer board. You can mount it to where you can't see the backer board, which is what I'm going to do today. Or you can just glue it if you have a nice piece of backer board that you want, or some other kind of wood. You know, this is a 1/4-inch plywood, but you can use anything. I thought it would be cool to put it on a piece of driftwood, but I don't have any driftwood that it would fit on right now. And I don't know if you can hear the rain or not. So I haven't been to the beach for a while. Anyway, because I want to put it on a backer board where you won't be able to see the backer, I am going to trace the fish onto the backer board. I have the pattern back here, and I could use the pattern with some carbon paper and trace that onto the backer board, but I have discovered that the project is never usually the same outline as the pattern, just because, you know, it's not perfect and stuff. So if you've done yours perfectly, then you, by all means, you'll be able to use your pattern as a outline. So I am going to tack each piece together so that when I glue it down, I'll glue it as one piece. I am going to be using this DAP Rapid Fuse glue. It says it's all-purpose adhesive. It bonds virtually everything. Anyway, I like this stuff, but you can use any glue you want. I like this because it's quick. There's 2P10, which has the activator, and I've used the activator with this stuff, and it works too. So, but I'm not going to use the activator because activator is instant. I mean, you put it together, you can't pull it apart. With this, I can jiggle it around a little bit and then just hold it, and then it'll stick. This, about 30 seconds or so. Yeah. Okay. Just a dab or two of this glue is all you need. And like I said before, the only reason I'm tacking the pieces together is because of the backer I am choosing. If I was gluing to a larger backer and I didn't need to trace the project to get the outline, then I would skip this part and start with wood gluing each piece directly to the backer. Okay, I'm just gonna let that dry for a few minutes. Okay, now it's dry enough to put onto my backer board so I can trace it. A sharper or mechanical pencil works better here. Right. Now let's go saw it. I'm going to sand all of the edges now with 150 grit sandpaper, and it's a little bit more than taking off the fuzzies. There. And this is the side that we're going to be gluing to. But I want to do one more thing, and I am going to go to my pneumatic sander and I'm just going to sand these edges down a little bit because I like that look. I know it's the back, but I kind of like it, so I'm going to do that real quick. Yeah. Okay, let's check and see if it's like we want it. Yes. Yay, that'll work. Okay, so now the next step is to glue it onto that backer board, and I'm going to use wood glue for that. I like to spread it around with a paintbrush and make sure it is covering every area of the backer, and the same on each piece of the project. The glue doesn't need to be real thick, just a thin, even coat everywhere. Okay, now I'm just going to let that dry on that backer board. And some people put something heavy on there, like a sandbag, but I found that it seems to be just fine if I just let it be. Thanks for joining me for this part of how I do Intarsia, and we'll see you for the next part, which will be the last part. All right, bye!